Hello and good evening, everyone. I hope everyone had a fantastic weekend, and we're going to close the weekend out here at Texas Motor Speedway for round 4 of season 2 of the Votive Indy Oval Series. I am Gary Gonzo, and joining me in the booth, as always, is Luis Gonzalez Nunez. Luis, we've started off this series for this season, 4 races, 4 different winners. I have a feeling we're going to get our first repeat winner tonight, but tell me what you think. Do we get a new first-time winner again this season, or do we get a repeat winner for the first time?
Good evening for everyone. Last time I said, what I said in ERN, I said, oh, it's going to be 5 yellow flag day, and we have a 5 caution. So I'm going to put my bet to... we're gonna have somebody repeat, and I said maybe Richard or Clendy gonna be on the victory today, maybe, I guess. That's my 50-50, but for sure it's gonna be somebody else. So last week we have a Iowa really short race we did that day. Clendy won the race. There we go. Clendy won the race, and it was a good race, but Tanner Richard went to now is in the sorry, what happened with me? My God, maybe Sunday. That's why. Maybe I didn't get my nap very well, something like that. No. Anyways, again, you know what? Go ahead. Really, I lost my words. Sorry.
It's been a long week. It's been a long weekend. I can tell you, we did 500 miles on Saturday over in the Velocity Online Racing League. I've already done 1 race today already for the Classic INDYCAR Series, just helping them call the action at Phillip Island with cars that don't like to turn right. And we're going to end the evening here with 200 miles at Texas. So it's been a long weekend.
What to say is Clendy or Richard is going to be one of my top 1 to coin. So I already bet for these 2 guys. Richard last week started on 17 and finished 2nd. Because they have a damage, finished on 2nd last week. So really good for them. Today, I hope, because the temperature is really high, 120. I hope we're not going to have a disaster race for all of these 28 cars in Texas.
And there you see the temperature. There you see the temperature right there. It's 72 degrees ambient, 120 on the track temp with 0% humidity. So this is Texas. That's a dry heat, we would say. That's more of along the lines of kind of what you expect out in the desert at Vegas, but the 0% humidity here in Texas. Wind from the northwest at 8 miles per hour, and that's actually a pretty hefty wind that'll be hitting these cars. But the ambient temperature pretty comfortable out there. So we're going to qualifying just got completed. And we're going to bring you the starting lineup here now, as they have a little bit of a warm-up here before the race, and let's get this on in here. And there's the start to half the battle right there for you. LGN is Clendy on the pole with a 2:15.8. Right next to him, Cannizzaro continuing his massive learning curve here in these cars. He is on the outside of the front row at the 2:15.2. Those are the only 2 cars in the 2:15 bracket. Row 2 is led by Murph at 2:14.9, and Tyquilla, teammate to Clendy at 2:14.9 as well. Lever and Heisong on row 3, Rajesh, and the prodigy Kirkenbauer on row 4, Santos and Smith. Watch those 2 coming up from row 5, both in the 2:14 bracket. Peterson and Van Stearns in row 6. Dinsdale and Coker in row 7. Bahutsky and Greenlee on 8. Back in row 9, Cole and Rusty Plant, one of our winners earlier this season at Phoenix. Stephen Lee and Johnson on row 10. Defending series champion Ward, and wow, look at Richards coming from deep in the field. It's not a qualifying effort he was wanting to put in. He's going to be on the outside of row 11. Mitchum and Averett, in row 12. Durazo and Marioff in row 13. Baldwin also coming from the back of the pack, and Robinson in row 14. 28 cars here on the racetrack for today's race. Very similar to the last time when the NTT IndyCar Series visited Texas for the final time a couple seasons ago. They put, I think, 27 on the grid for that one. So 28 here tonight. Very similar to that final race without the JP1 mess. Thank you, NASCAR.
Josh Ward, he didn't make the second lap, but rather Tanner Richard, he made the second lap and in turn 2 hit the wall. Oof. That's why he's going to 22 position over there.
And we only have another 2 minutes here of the warm-up. So let's, real quick, there we go. This is a good time to bring up the points, as I'm trying to say that. And first of all, here is the schedule for the remainder of the season. We are right at the halfway point. Next week is Pocono for our one of 2 of our longest races of the season. Right now, it'll be next week at Pocono, and then New Hampshire, Charlotte, and then Indianapolis, the other longest race of the season. 250 miles is kind of what we cap out the race lengths at. Here are the points coming into today. There we go. Tanner Richards has himself a 2-point lead over Connor Baldwin. Edson Santos in 3rd. Clindy 4th. Rusty Plant 5th. Durazo 6th. Miller, I don't think Miller's in the lineup tonight. He is in 7th. Lovern in 8th. Peterson in 9th. And Fortson and Cannizzaro tied for 10th. So still lots to be decided on the point side of things.
I think it's always going to be in the end on maybe 2 more races to define, or maybe check who's going to be going to the championship. It's like the ISRA on Monday. It goes a lot of time to check. We're talking about the schedule, points, leaders, and blah, blah, blah. And then at some point it's like, now we're going for 2 guys tomorrow night. That's the last race on ESRA on season INDYCAR the first one. So we still have a time, but look like Tanner Santos gonna bother way if it's not going. But you know what is funny? Tanner Richard have only 3 stars, races from all of these guys from Baldwin in 2nd to Peterson in 9th. So he have an advantage with 1 race. Actually, it's not advantage. It's an advantage because he lose maybe this couple points to have more far for the championship.
Well, if you noticed in the points in the graphic, the drop week is being counted. He does have 1 win, 1 pole, 2 top 5s, 2 top 10. So when he races, he makes it count. Looking in chat, it looks like that Indy Kirkenbauer not in the car tonight. It is the Proud Papa. Clay is in the car tonight, so he is the driver that qualified that very well here inside the top 10. And this is not an easy track. A lot of people think that you could just put your foot down at this track and these Indy cars and turn left. And the way that turn 1 has been reprofiled doesn't really allow that to happen with much ease, at least when your tires start getting worn in. You're going to have to pick and choose your lines, and it's not just, 100% throttle track, turn left type going on. We'll hop on board with some onboards from these drivers, and you'll watch how they work the wheel, listen to how they work the gears, as they try to navigate this 1.5 mile oval. We are lining up right now, getting ready to go racing. But the rule set for tonight is a 1.5 mile oval, 134 laps, just over 200 race miles, 85% fuel capacity, 5 sets of tires, 1 in the car, 4 in the pits, 1 fast repair. We're going to go delay start green. We're going to go 1 extra lap. So that will impact fuel mileage, at least on the first stint, just a little bit. 1 fast repair. Lucky dog is enabled. Pit road speed limit is 45 miles per hour. The INDYCAR official track record here at Texas Motor Speedway under the old configuration, it was for qualifications for the ill-fated Firestone 600 in 2001. Kenny Breck turned a lap of 233.447 miles per hour. It was an official session, but the race itself was canceled because drivers were suffering from vertigo. They were going so fast. Billy Boat has the IRL track record when they visited here in 99 with a speed of 225.9. Charlie Kimball has the reconfigured track record of 222.5. And the career wins leaders here at Texas are Dixon with 5 wins, Castro Neves with 4, Hornish and Newgarden with 3, and Will Power, Scott Sharp, and Scott Goodyear, a name we don't talk about very often, well, at least not according to good things when they don't bad things typically happen to him in Indianapolis. But he has good memories here of Texas Motor Speedway. He has 2 wins along with Scott Sharp and Will Power here at Texas Motor Speedway. That's all you need to know. We're getting ready to go green next time by. This is going to be a fun one.
So Salazar always mentioned Sarah Fisher, one of the rookies, messing with them in races or whatever. And also he mentioned always in the interviews in Chile, always mentioned about Scott Goodyear, because Scott Goodyear lose the opportunity to win the first Indy 500 for him and leave this Canadian guy, Jacques Villeneuve, win the race that day. And Christian Fittipaldi was, I think so, on battle with him for he lost the position for him. So, anyways, this was kind of always mentioned in interviews about that race.
Coming to green this time by everybody in formation. 28 cars on the grid, should be a good one. As we watch them come through. Go ahead.
Clay and Indy have the same number, no?
I guess so.
Okay. Later, it's like the IRL times Indy 500, 96, I think. So when I only count the car, no the driver.
Yes. Back in the old USAC rules and we're green flag. Under the old USAC rules, it was the driver or the car that qualified, not the driver.
Oh, we have somebody's spoon. He go to the pit. Shane Cocker.
Oh no, Shane already.
Yeah, he's spoon by himself. We have a yellow. Maybe because that.
Yeah, he's under. Oh wow! Did we have a wheel failure right off the bat?
Mario. Whoa. Let me see on board.
Oh, and Marriott in a wreck in turn 1.
Yeah, so Marriott was by himself. Cocker, good question.
Oh, no, he just got loose as he turned in. Almost, Baldwin kind of tapped him a little bit. He's going to have to come and get the fast repair. Durazo just missed it.
So weird, the Cocker. I think so. He just pulls the throttle in the tri-oval and then gone. In the main straight, actually, it's not a tri-oval, but yeah.
Yeah, it's a quad, the quad oval up on the front stretch here. Yeah, the double dogleg quad. But yeah, it looked like almost like a VR went or the wheel went or something, and that took him across the grass.
It's about Cocker is really weird. It always happens when you're have this kind of weather. Now we have a really high weather, and about the Marriott is same. too much weight jacket, or maybe he put it in there. So
yeah, I think I'll have to talk to Darby after the race, but I think that might have been a situation where there was too much weight jacker with the way that the car came around very early. Keep in mind, the cars are still coming up to speed at that portion of the racetrack. They're not at full song. They won't be at full song until the next time they come by. So what happens there is if you're setting the car up to help you rotate at full speed going through 1 and 2 there, it's going to actually make you loose a lot earlier in the corner versus later in the corner, where we expect too much weight jackers where you get loose off the corner. But if you're not up speed, it'll be early when you turn in, you'll go loose early. And we think maybe it's too much weight jacker. We'll see. But he might want to dial that back a little bit on the restart and then reset it as the car comes up to speed next time by. Excuse me.
So, by the way, lose the nose.
Yep.
As always, iRacing. Give it a forgiven over there.
Oh, yeah. He's cycled back to the rear. I believe he had a penalty he's answering from the previous race, and that's why he's starting towards the rear.
No, he didn't use the fast repair, so he's good. 15 seconds. Yeah, that's it.
So Coker, Baldwin, and Darby were the only ones that pitted under this caution. No one else going to make the dive down pit road to top off. Of course, we do have tire limits, so they don't want to change tires already if they don't have to.
And about Darby, he didn't use the fast repair. He just coming in, make the service and go. And weird because the car have a damage. In my camera have a damage in his lateral or side, the left side.
Yeah, he is still showing. Yeah, guy's going to slow him down, but we're coming to green flag. Mayfield will be under the control of Clindy, our pole sitter. Murph has moved up to second. Cannizzaro back to third. Tyquilla fourth. And Lovern in fifth. Green flag. Here we go. And Quilla's going to get a drop on Cannizzaro on the outside as he caught him sleeping a little bit. And they're going to go side by side into one.
We have a... I think so somebody lose the... Oh, somebody lose something in the restart. Yeah, it was Durazo lose the front wing on restart.
Oh, no, yeah, he's missing the left front wing plane. He's going to have to come to pit road and get that looked at. And he's coming down right now. Murphy sets the purple lap. Santos resets the purple lap as we're all coming up to speed. That's going to reset a number of times here on the first lap and probably the next lap. Here comes Durazo down into his stall to get that looked at.
And Darby lost again the car on turn 2. I know he have a wheel damage.
So now he needs to use that fast repair as he comes down to his stall. Meanwhile, back up front, it is Clindy, Murphy, Cannizzaro, Quilla, Lovern, your top five. That does not change. Quilla had the drop on Cannizzaro at the start. Couldn't quite pull that pass off, but Cannizzaro got wizened up a little bit. He now knows what to expect the next time. But now Cannizzaro with a full head of steam on the outside of Murph. And for someone who doesn't have a lot of starts racing IndyCar, he's going to get a lesson right now with these two up front. Even the car behind him, Quilla, regular top split competitor. Murphy, former winner of the Fixed Series Championship. Clindy, of course, on the podium many times in the Oval Series in terms of on the championship podium.
So already
Quilla to the inside
because it's 4.3K on iRacing. So it's like maybe he's racing something else.
Yeah, he's racing.
No,
He's racing stock cars primarily, I believe, is what he told us.
That's pretty good.
And yeah, Quilla gets on by. He's going to stay low. He's going to probably get wheel to wheel here now with Murph, although Quilla's teammate, which is Clindy, did not come down and lend him a little helping hand with the draft. Ryan Cole, also the teammate to Cannizzaro. He is up 5 spots in 12th. He's our biggest gainer at the moment, along with Connor Baldwin, also up 5 spots. There he is. Baldwin's been in the mix in the last couple of races. We're going to see how well he can dig himself out of a hole here at Texas. Meanwhile, back up front, Clindy continues the lead. It is Clindy, Murph, Quilla, Cannizzaro back to 4th. Lovern in 5th. Hunter Smith, Jeff Highsong side by side. Into 3 and 4. Move Hunter Smith up to 8th. Sat on the podium last race. Oh, Highsong. Middle of the corner. Had to check up for some reason. And Kirkenbauer almost into his attenuator, but the crisis averted. Gosh, a big wreck coming off of 4, excuse me, and we got Ward, we got Van Stearns, we got cars still tumbling. We have Eric Peterson involved.
Oh, I think Will Stern figured out this. Well, I don't know. I don't want to say nothing because it's kind of difficult to see over there. He left open the door, and Peterson came over there, and yeah.
Oof. And right in front of Richards. So let's go back a little bit further.
Remember that Kenny Brack accident?
Let's watch from Richard's point of view. He's running the high side in turns 1 and 2. He's going to get a big run down the backstretch. And then they're also going 3 wide in front of him. He's going to have a big hole punched in the air here. Now look at Ward. Ward is going to see the high side open up for him here. He's going to go for it. But here we go. And Will Stearns just kind of goes to the bottom. And I don't know if he didn't expect Peterson there or not. And Richards just scoots right underneath all that. So once again, kind of off to a rough start here at the start of this 200-mile event this evening. Clindy, Murph, Quilla, Cannizzaro, Lovern, your top 5. Akash Rajesh, Santos, Hunter Smith, Kirkenbauer, Highsong, your top 10. But we are already under our, I think this is our second caution of the day, but multiple incidents already this race. Josh Ward is on pit road. He is getting work done. Looks like he might not have had the fast repair box checked. So if you don't have the fast repair box checked when you get to the pits, they start regular work. You can't just check the box and all of a sudden, oh, fast repair time. So unfortunately, he's going to have to sit there and get that looked at. Will Stearns also on pit road. Same situation. Coming off is Mitchum right there. Also coming on the pit road is Durazo to top things off. Actually, he's going up on the jacks. He's going to go get a new set of tires. So he's going to get a new set of tires and a full tank, and he will try to last a little bit longer than everyone else out there when everyone ahead of him comes to pit road for scheduled stops. If you enjoy P1's coverage of the Votive Indy Oval Series and you respect the stream, please do us a solid. Make sure you support us by subscribing. And while you're at it, don't forget to smash like and click the bell so you don't miss out on future P1 iRacing broadcasts, including tomorrow night as we return back to our Monday doubleheaders. The INDYCAR Oval Series will return. They will be at Fontana. And then LGN and I are going to call Championship Monday for the ISRA Open Wheel Series, sponsored by Sim Motion, as they will decide a championship at Indianapolis at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Clindy in the running for that one.
Yeah, I got Michael Goodman also too for the championship, but it's really. I said it's 70% Clendy. He needs to be have a disaster race to Goodman win the championship. But everything can happen. Clendy said last week, I just going to chill, finish the race, and just do my job. I don't want to fight with nobody.
He's just going to keep him in his sights, and that's probably the best way to go. Coming to green flag this time by. Pace car will dip down to the pits, turn the field over to Clindy for the restart. Going green at lap 18. We've spent most of this first stint, a lot of it under caution. Here we go again. Let's get a good run underneath ourselves and settle into this race. Meanwhile, back up front, it is Clindy, Murph, and Quilla. Quilla ripping the top side there in 1 and 2. 3 and 4, a little bit more traditionally profiled. 24 degrees of banking, the original 24 degrees of banking this racetrack started with. This is more like 18 degrees here in 1 and 2, and it's a lot wider. You have these guys multiple lanes to navigate. Can go as a 5-wide car in the wall. Rusty Plant piles in the back of Dinsdale, and we are under caution again. Saw that happening from a mile away, literally from the camera shot. And here's Dinsdale, and he just dirty air in front of him. Nowhere to go, up into the wall. He gets into it. Same dirty air. Oh, Plant, I thought got him, but Plant somehow narrowly avoids it. So we're only one car involved here.
It is so weird. Oh, okay. So net cope of Rusty, the wheels getting twist around, and the wheels get recovered. So really weird about the incident. On the middle of the middle of the turn, he keep going, and when he realizes don't want to turn, he turned the wheel almost 180 degrees, and he brake and he kicked the wall. So I think so he didn't realize could be enter the car.
And there's Darby getting one of the wave arounds. Oh, he will get back a lap. So a bit of a rough start here.
I think it's the third one. 1, 2, yeah, the third one.
Now I see the request for the scoring tower. Keep in mind, trying to show the replays with the wrecks and everything, and the scoring tower blocks a lot of that. So we're going to take that down when the replays are up, when we can, and then we'll bring it back up. Oh, patience, everybody.
Oh. Uh, yeah. No, nothing. I thought it's hit race control talking about remain time, but we have a 2 hours remain, so it's no problem over here. The only problem is contact you make for every single incident or every single netcode. That's counted to the end. At some point, they
Mm-hmm.
can give you a disqualifying.
Yeah, or
There's
I'm not sure
16.
what the limit is. The rules might the rule
16.
set is 16. Okay,
Yes.
is it 16 at a DQ or 16 for a black flag?
16 DQ.
Ooh, okay.
So yeah, every time you hit or getting close to somebody, you get it times 4. You hit the wall, it's times 2 or times 4. No, times 2. So yeah.
Well, lights are out on the pace
If you're
car. We are going to go green next time by. So yeah, some of those guys further in the back of the field who've had to use that fast repair or got close with contact probably already have multiple X's already right now.
And sometimes iRacing is getting crazy, and they give you a contact without be close. It's like, oh, you be close, but I wasn't close, but in our system, you was close, so I'm gonna give you a times 4 too.
It used to be in Lionheart. Remember Lionheart? You would get a bonus point if you had no incidents.
Oh yeah. That's
and
the main
so
one.
we're getting ready to go green this time. So there was a race at, I think it was one of our infamous races at Iowa. And as we are coming to green now, and I had no X's, and then I get my results back, and I had an X. And I'm like, well, where the heck that X come from? And I watched the replay, and it was like the absolute worst case of netcode that I've ever seen. Hunter Smith starts blinking in and out, I think. And I tried to report it to Lionheart saying, hey, can I get my bonus point? I was never actually physically close to the incident. And they're like, no, we can't do that.
Oh, my God. That sucks.
And the battle at the front rages on between Clindy, Murph, Canizaro, and Quilla.
You finished on 8, and you started on 29. And you lead one lap of that day.
I stayed out. I stayed out to lead a comedy lap.
And me, I lead 4. And let me tell you, maybe it was the incident when I don't know. That's crazy. Wait,
Yeah.
this is the first one. Maybe let's.
I think it was the second one where I had the rogue.
I will check.
Watching this battle between Canizaro and Quilla, making things exciting with Murph and Clindy. And a very interested party involved here. And we will ride with Gary Lovern.
I found it. So you finished 10. You started 34. You lead 1 lap, and yeah, you have a times 4.
Yeah.
And me, I started 8. I lead 15, and that day was when I overheated my tires. Oh no, Greg Robinson hit the wall, and the yellow's out.
Okay, we'll check that out. Greg Robinson backs it into the inside tire barrier.
Oh, he lost the car on turn 4.
Oh, coming off the corner, you get a little bit of an air bubble there, and you get loose. Sends him out to the grass. And now he has debris on the tires, and unfortunately noses it on inside wall. Everyone did a good job at missing him.
Because he did a good job to stay out, but he stayed on the left, but he stayed too much on the left. He went to the grass, and when he tried to recover to the track, that's why it's happened that.
Let's
All
get
tires,
the driver,
dirty, everything.
Driver inputs off there. And Clindy acting like he's going to come to pit road. And Clindy and Quilla coming in, teammates. Murph's going to stay out. He'll inherit the lead. Canizaro will move up the second. Rajesh will move up the third. Who else is coming down pit road?
Willa, you said.
Edson Santos is staying out. Hunter Smith staying out. So it looks like everybody is staying out except for the Rogue Racing duo. Oh, Gary Lovern coming in. One of, and that's Turner Johnson, I think. No, that's not Turner Johnson. Okay, that would be Indy or the Clay. And Rusty Plant. So we got a little bit of competing strategies now. Vote on Modi.
Good to stay out.
Wags is saying vote on muting Murph. I don't think there needs to be a vote for that, really. I mean, you can mute him anyways, and he'll still tell you with the keybind that he still needs to stop for go-go juice. So. Either way, it's still going to be annoying. So I would go for the least of two evils, and that would be the voice channel. Agreed, says Wag. So Murph is your leader. We'll see if he has comms or not. Canizaro second, Rajesh third. Santos moves up the fourth. Hunter Smith fifth. Connor Baldwin. He has stayed out, and by a little bit of racecraft, he has navigated himself up 21 spots to sixth. Coker, with that start that he had, where he banged off his front wing, shooting across the grass at the start, and I'm surprised he didn't get a black flag for a pit road speed limit violation, as well as entering pit road dangerously. He is now seventh. So way to go. A drive to survive there. Pahutsky in eighth. Cat in ninth. Cat's had a bit of a rough day. He's on his second front wing of the day already. 31 laps into this thing. And Haisong in 10th. Also, Josh Ward, he's going to be up front. He's going to want to race up front and try to get one of his laps back. Darby got his lap back, and he's back on the lead lap. There he is. He slots in line at the end of the longest line. Coming to green flag this time for lap 32. It is Murph, Canizaro, Rajesh Santos, and Hunter Smith underway. Here we go one more time. And this is not an easy track, and so these guys are showing us already this is going to be a bit of a long night. And we are back to caution again. Where are we?
Richard with Stephen Lee. Oh, he lost the Tanner Richard the car.
Tanner Richards, and again, even those with 5K I rating are not exempt, as he does kind of similar to what happened to Darby. And just a kiss here from Stephen Lee.
Stephen Lee lost the nose in my camera, and then
he is forgiven. Yeah, he is forgiven.
Huh.
So I'm at a loss now as to kind of what we got for pit strategies. I think we've managed to eliminate one stop, possibly.
For sure. And I think it's not about the problems of the people or the car or mistakes on the car. It's because the condition on the track. It is hard. 122 now. 50 Celsius in the. It's really a lot. It's really
122,
tough.
yeah.
It is like Atlanta, but Atlanta least hell to stay for green for long. But yeah, it is tough.
Tough conditions out
But
there.
like you said, like you said, maybe these people can make one less stop, but all of these all of these yellow flags help the people lap down to recover a lap back.
Yeah, and there we see someone getting the wave around, the 83 Robinson. Yeah, he's getting the wave around, so he'll be back on the lead lap. And then next caution after that, if we get two more, that puts Josh Ward back on the lead lap. And I got to say, if there's anybody that's, if I'm looking at competitors, that's one of those that I don't want back on the lead lap because we know he will go to the front.
Yeah.
Lights are still on the pace car, so we got at least one more lap under caution. Rajesh is in third, Santos fourth, Hunter Smith fifth. They have not stopped at all, so the top five are on the same set of tires and the same strategy as they started the race with.
So we're supposed to see now with this 26 minutes of race with 34 laps. In 34 laps, we supposed to be thinking about it. Who's coming next? And the problem is, okay, we have all of these green flags. The problem is when you're coming in with this condition and the old tires, that's gonna be tough also too, and the exit also too. So it's really mix of the stuff. It's not about the people make a mistake. It's just hard to drive in Texas and with this condition. Again, I want to mention many times, but it's hard.
Mason Mitchum comes down pit road for a top off. All right, lights out on the pace car. We're going to go green here at lap 36. It has been a tough kind of last 10 laps, most of it spent under caution.
But I think the people have a better driver in packed race.
I'm agreeing with Nick Wheeler there. That turn one wiggle across the seam is so common on restarts. Surprised they're not expecting it. I would expect at some point, and even race control might chime in over the radio and say, come on, guys, let's take it nice and easy going through turns 1 and 2 for at least a couple of laps. Get our tires up to temperature, get our cars, get a feeling into our hands how our cars are behaving, and let's start battling out after getting comfortable. But everyone's still pushing pretty hard. Murph bringing him down for a slow restart. He takes off. He is now your leader at the start-finish line. Lap 36, green flag in the air. Murphy, Canizaro, Rajesh, Santos Smith, your top five, trying to bring us up to speed one more time. Oof.
Oh, yeah, that was close.
That's Pahutsky.
Yeah.
He went maybe a moment off the backstretch. And here comes Clindy. He's already up to 9th.
Sometimes the car is happening to me. I remember the first race I raced over here, and the training or the post-season before the start of the season. Yeah, it was in Kansas when I won the race. The car this kind of stuff you don't want to do it. So sometimes you don't want to the car slide, so you're going slow and with a lot of precaution to coming to the entry to the turn one, and the car do something super weird, and it happens. So like it happened with Tanner Ritter, is lose the car without force the car. So we have another car on the wall. It's Brian Gridley on turn 3 on 3Y with Stephen Lee and Aquila.
He
But
got
then
loose
rolled over
off
there.
of two. He got loose off of two, recovered it, and then it went to the point where Stephen Lee and Quilla caught him at the exact same moment, and now we're going 3 wide, and then our good old friend Netcode takes over and punts Greenlee up into the wall. We are back under caution yet again.
If you have Murphy, I stay out for sure.
Yeah, I think the top 5, well, here he comes. He's gonna. I thought he would stay out. I thought the top 5 should just run this stint out. Maybe Murphy sees this as an opportunity that maybe we're not going to see any more cautions in this group.
They need to come in one more time, for sure.
And also coming is Hunter Smith and Edson Santos. Isong also on pit road. So that's going to turn the lead over to Cannizzaro, who will lead. Actually, I believe this will be his first time doing an IndyCar style restart. Scott.
Yeah, Nick Willis said.
Yeah, go ahead.
Nick Willis said, I have a perfect view on both of LGN saved at Kansas. So it was maybe 2 or 3 times I lose the car. And it was like, oh my God, why? It's night race. We have a back race. Why the cars loose? I don't understand. And even with negative weight jacket, the car is still loose. It's like, it's just only 1 lap. And the next lap, all perfect.
And Scott from in chat's asking how many cautions so far. Nick's that we're at number 4. It seems like there's more than that, but I'm going to go with his count.
6. This is the 6.
The 6th caution?
Yes.
6 cautions in 41 laps. This is now classified as a learning experience race for all these drivers. 6 cautions in 41 laps is a little rough. This is where they need to start picking up this valuable experience of what it's like, how the car feels on restarts, what the changes I need to make to the tools to get through turns 1 and 2. Never mind, the tools don't have to be the same to go through 3 and 4. You can change the tools down the backstretch. And maybe you need to change the tools one more time off of 3 and 4 down the front stretch before you get to 1 and 2 again. But, I mean, you're probably looking at a couple of laps of changing tools to get the car to behave the way you want it to. Or, you just, easily throttle back a little bit and not go as fast through turns 1 and 2, which I think that might have been what Pahutsky was trying to do there. In the process, process, he just about got ran over. So people just need to be ready that, there's going to be people rolling out of the throttle going through turns 1 and 2, at least for the first couple of laps on these restarts. So Cannizzaro going to be attempting his first restart. Right behind him is Rajesh, and then Connor Baldwin, who's recovered just about everything he needed to. He was involved in an early incident. He is now 3rd, up 24 spots. Durazo kind of followed him up through. Durazo 4th, and Clindy, who led pretty much the entire opening stint of the race. We are coming down really, really slow, and that's going to bind him up in the back.
This is the 7th restart of the race. Give me the lucky number.
And we're watching Baldwin as he dips down underneath Rajesh. Going to get a wheel there. Rajesh going to go high. He's going to stay in the draft to Cannizzaro. He'll move him forward a little bit further on that with 8 of the draft. They're going to come side by side off the corner. High side's going to have the momentum. That's going to pull Rajesh just ahead of Baldwin. Baldwin stays low through 3 and 4, the preferred line. And he resets again down the front stretch.
To be honest, even going first It is tough, but it's much better than going with all of these draft and incidents on the back.
Tanner Richards, after a repaired car, purple lap, 2:15.2, further back in the pack. There you see him coming off the banking down the backstretch. He's currently in 10th. Murph on the restart. He's already up a couple positions. There's Edson Santos taking a look underneath. Turner Johnson going into 3 and 4. He will get that position. Faster line through the bottom. Caution on the racetrack. Connor Baldwin and Clindy.
I knew it. I knew it. If it's when you're going back. But Clindy, I think, is safe. Oh, no, have a black flag. He entered to the pit. Oh, he lose the car. He going to the grass. Oh my God, it's a lot of things. Oh, Clendy fall. Sorry.
Oh, and Baldwin into Cannizzaro. Oh.
Uh-oh. Oh. That's it, a good Brazilian clear. I don't know if it's.
Hmm.
Let me tell you, it's better this yellow flag than when I been in the ERN and Martinsville with 25 yellows. And the leader, he didn't coming in to the pit stop. He didn't refuel the car to the end. They have in the interview have a disqualifying because he missing the restart. So it's crazy.
Look at that. Just a lot of stuff going on. A lot of bad luck out there. Stephen Lee now inherits the lead. Well, there's Josh Ward getting a wave around. So, folks, he's back on the lead lap. Watch out for this guy.
About the incident, I think Clendy did the move. I think that move is going to be good on 2 laps to go, 5 laps to go. But with 86 to go, it's just you have to new tires. New tires at 18 over Rajesh. They have a 49. You don't have nothing to lose. You just stay behind the Rajesh and easy to pass in the turn 2. And then all this problem with Baldwin. Yeah. Nice save on the Stephen Lee over there.
Oof. A rough start to this as we are 50 laps into this race, and we are already at now caution number 7. Stephen Lee is your leader. Ty Quilla is in second. Gary Levern is in third. Clay Kirkenbauer, the father to Indy, he has now worked his way up to 4th. Everett, and again, I said it wrong. It's Averett. Long A for Averett, Mark Averett. He brings the very reminiscent A.J. Foyt backup car livery from the 80s up to 5th spot. Coker recovers up to 6th. Darby, he's recovered very well. He's up 7th to 7th spot. Edson Santos back in 8th. Turner Johnson in a new livery this week in 9th. And Mark Murphy is in 10th. Still sitting on pit road with extended stops. We got Haisong on pit road. He's, I think he just came in for maybe a little bit of a break, a top off. I think new tires. Clindy's still being worked on. Connor Baldwin's still being worked on, but their days look like they are now done. And we're going to go green this time by Stephen Lee and his very familiar, very colorful Samsung livery that I've never seen him drive anything different. Going to bring us the green flag, and he is our leader, followed by Quilla, Lover, and Kirkenbauer, and Averett. We're back underway at lap 52.
I agree with you. I always, the moment when I met Stephen Lee and iRacing, always drive with the same scheme. Always. He never changed it.
And there's nothing wrong with that. He's on that Samsung. Maybe he's got a whole, maybe he works for Samsung. I don't know if he has like Samsung monitors. Maybe he's hoping to get Samsung monitors or something. But yeah, he's always driven that very colorful Samsung livery with that wheel combination. I prefer Samsung monitors. If you can hook me up, buddy, I would appreciate it. Josh Ward, Cannizzaro in a battle further on back, and they are rolling up now to Pahutsky, who was a little bit slow in the middle of the corner. I think there was a bit of a chuck up there. And now side by side, two of the got new to the car, but learning very quickly, and a former defending series champion in the form of Josh Ward. Now they separate a little bit as Cannizzaro went high. Ward's going to go low now into 3 and 4 and try to get the pass on Pahutsky, and I think he will pull it off. Cannizzaro will follow him through. Cat will do the same as Pahutsky tries to stay high. Oh, Pahutsky almost in the wall for 2. A little bit of weaving down the backstretch. Now Pahutsky comes down to the bottom. Rides in the middle. Now Cannizzaro is going to try to stick the no. He has to clip the grass almost. We see Clindy coming off of pit road.
Oh, the 3-way on the front. Oof. Hunter Smith and Darby.
Hunter. We saw him on Thursday night with the Elite Racing League's Warriors for Peace INDYCAR Series. We went 250 laps almost at Dover. Yes, that is 250 laps at Dover in an INDYCAR. It really was a pretty good race. Those guys did a real good job. Only 5 cautions. That race could have been a whole lot worse. And speaking of under caution is Stephen Lee.
With Clay. Oh, Clay went slow.
Trying to get
on the exit on Tron 4, he went slow. I think so. He got loose or something like that. And then contact with the Stephen Lee, and then the Stephen Lee disappeared. And somebody hit also the wall. It was Gary Lovner.
Yeah.
Oh. You know what? Nick Wheeler said very chill race on Gary Lovner, but now it's not chill.
Yeah, he was just kind of racing and keeping the car clean, and then it just takes but a heartbeat, and that's what happens. And I'm not sure what happened to Stephen Lee. That he, I'm showing DQ for him, so I'm not sure what happened. He has been DQ'd.
Oh yeah, you're right. That we said that. Yeah, when you're involved in too many contacts, they give you a 4-4-4. You have to have a 4 contact for each. So if you have a 4 contact or incident with all of these guys, you have a DQ. And
so he must have reached the incident limit, and then as soon as he reached it, that's where he got punched out. But unfortunately, the carnage was starting to occur on the front stretch, and so we are back under caution again. We are not even at the halfway point And I think this is caution number 8.
Yeah, I think so. I got to write it down in my notes. How many we have? Let me see.
So showing Lovern with the meatball. He is on pit road. That is Hysong coming in for a top off and a stop. Kirkenbauer getting the fast repair and getting back onto track, but he's now down a lap. Hysong going to be the last car on the lead lap. He punches out momentarily. He gets out of the cockpit. Maybe he's checking something out or needs a restroom break, but the pace car is in the backstretch still, so he still has time that he can get out and stay ahead of the pace car. Now he's moving.
It is caution 8.
I'm reading chat here. So Hugo Gallus is in. He just returned to his apartment. Amy Coker, oh, for the love of God, another caution. Nick Wheeler, commenter's curse. I think we're beyond the commenter's curse here. Coker.
Check the, a little more back. He said Nick Wheeler about the 9.8. About Budwayne flip.
Oh, and he ruled on the judge there. Okay. All right. Yeah. And we got Coker coming down pit road for just a new set of tires, top off the tank. I can't even say scheduled stop because I don't know what's a scheduled stop anymore. Stephen Lee checking in. Stephen Lee checking in from the medical center. So much contact. And there is a lot of contact going on out there.
I think everyone needs to stop one more time. And I think to lap, which lap we are? 61.
Well, lap 61 coming to 62, and the drivers that have gone the longest on at least a stint is Cannizzaro went 49 laps, Rajesh went 49 laps. Murphy went 40, Santos went 40, Hunter Smith went 40, but I mean, Connor Baldwin went 46, but we really don't have a number to base anything off of. We think one more stop will get everyone home.
Yeah, we think it's going to be lap 91, the next one for everyone, if it's in green. And, sorry, 80 something. Oh, no. Oh, no. Ugh.
Aquila brings us down for the restart. Very slow restart, but we are getting underway. I think if we could get to 100 and they pit at 100, they could definitely make it the final 34. Oh. Three wide, Averett, Santos, Murphy. Good. Oh. Good job, guys, keeping everything off one another. Check this out, Richards and Ward. There's two guys that have a lot of I rating between them. And throw in Cannizzaro, who has, I believe you said he has 5K I rating.
Yeah, I already checked. It's only Stocker. So it's one of the guys. Oh, no. Oh,
oh contact.
Oh, no.
No, we're going to take 3 cars out. 2 teammates. Cannizzaro and Cole make contact. They are teammates. But Josh Ward was involved there.
Ryan Cole also, too.
Yeah, let's see what happened. Cole was more of an innocent victim. But watch this as they come off. We'll try to give another angle here.
It is not clear on Josh Ward over there.
Oh, man.
It is not clear.
Try to get a better angle there. We'll go for the P1 airship here. And right in front, he Brazilian clears himself right in front of Tanner. And then as he tries to come down, I don't think he anticipated Cannizzaro being there. And then he comes down and collects Cole.
And look at that, Richard on the back. He knew what is gonna come in, and he brake because he was side by side with almost side by side with Josh Ward, and he decided to brake and leave the position, and then everything.
Oh,
happened in
Darby
front
went
of him.
sideways too. So let's go back and watch this from Tanner's point of view.
Oof.
This is where I need to remove the scoring tree. As you'll watch the car, we'll actually go to this view right here. This shows us a little bit more. How'd he clear him? I don't know.
Oh no!
And I think Darby
It's just
tried
apron.
to slow down, or did he grab apron?
He got the apron.
Oh yeah, apron bad. And everything just happened around Tanner Richards. He's like, good Lord, people. My goodness. Let's bring the scoring tree back in here. Edson Santos now is somehow the leader out of all this. 16x contact, Stephen Lee says. Pace car needs a break. Yeah, pace car might need a pit stop itself.
John Rutherford was the pace car when he hit somebody, an INDYCAR. I think it was Rutherford. Wasn't that day?
Where was it?
I think it's in Las Vegas. No, it wasn't Las Vegas with somebody. I think it's with Roberto Guerrero. Oh, somebody. I want to find it because they mentioned John Rutherford was that day of the pace car driver and hit somebody.
Johnny Rutherford, 3-time Indianapolis 500 winner, former driver for McLaren in the IndyCar series before McLaren made their return to the series not too long ago. In fact, he won his very first Indy 500 driving for McLaren. Edson Santos, your leader. Mark Murphy, second. Averett, third. Smith, fourth. Rajesh in fifth. Richards has survived to get up to sixth. Durazo, seventh. Turner Johnson, eighth. Coker, ninth. And Pahutsky in 10th. A lot of meatballs currently on the racetrack at the moment. Cannizzaro showing a meatball. Cole showing a meatball. And Dinsdale still getting work done on pit road, also showing a meatball. They are probably going to look at retirements here soon. We'll see if they get repaired. With the way the attrition is going, maybe getting a repair and getting back out there and turning a few more laps might actually be worth some points. Right now, 17 cars on the lead lap. Gary Robertson there in the 83 is the last car on the lead lap. There he is. First car one lap down is Will Van Stearns. And we're back underway as Edson Santos really wastes no time. He breaks out ahead, followed by Murphy, Averett, Smith, and Rajesh. Everyone well behaved. Only side-by-side battle further back is Lovern, and I'm not sure who Lovern was in a contact with. That's Pahutsky. Darby to the inside of Clay at the double dog legs. Clindy is back. He is 6 laps down and 24th. If he gets one more lap under his belt, he will pass Josh Ward for 23rd. Connor Baldwin back on the racetrack. He's in 22nd, 4 laps down. Cannizzaro also on pit road. He's falling down the order. So Clindy will get Cannizzaro here in 2 laps and move him up to 22nd.
So what's Johnny Rutherford? He drive a pace car in Texas in 1999 in RLL race, and was Donnie Beecher. He avoided something and he went to the left, and at some point came the pace car, yellow pace car, and the pace car went almost side almost run over to the side. So yeah, that's the ones that they contact and turn exit on turn 2. I'm gonna show you later the video.
Sophie in chat, welcome to the club. And here's Rajesh to the inside of Hunter Smith. He will get that position going through 3 and 4. Tanner Richards is there now. Well, yeah, I'm sure there's a number of drivers right now feel that they have a bit of a target painted on them. And just there needs to be more patience, really, when you drive and get behind the wheel of these cars. You really find out that these cars, while they feel like a sprint car, they really are a marathon car. And you need to always be thinking big picture in these cars. It's not the next lap. Caution on the racetrack, and here we go again. And it's Darby backwards down the backstretch. What happened? Loose off the corner. Oh, man.
What did they say? The announcement in INDYCAR in Indianapolis? Jello.
And yeah, dirty air. He just kind of rides the dirty air up into the wall, and it happens. It really does. I mean, you'd think with all the banking and the aero these cars have, that they could just turn the wheel and make it. But no, the dirty air does play a role, and he comes up, kisses the outside wall, and then ricochets to the inside wall, and that's going to possibly be day done. A lot of learning that he did driving today. I'll ask him what he learned the most here. It might be the answer that he learned that he doesn't want to drive the IR18 anymore. I hope it's not that, but...
So...
Nick Sudik checking in chat. F for all those in major incidents tonight. Yeah, it's been a rough night. We've just now got past the halfway point not too long ago at 67 laps. We're at lap 75. I think we are in our 10th caution.
Yeah, it is.
Last stops for our leader. I'll be honest, I'm not sure that really we're going to be working our way into a fuel mileage race. But last stops for our leaders at 41. Both Santos and Murphy pitted at lap 41. Rajesh at 50. Tanner Richards at 50. Hunter Smith at 41. I really think that even though we're doing a lot of laps under caution, that everybody still needs to stop one more time. Durazo, I thought maybe he lost his wheel just there for a second as he shot to the inside, but he's okay. And
so last week we was in Iowa, and Iowa is really more difficult of this, and we did 150 laps in 1 hour with only 3 cautions, I think so, if I wrong. 5 cautions.
And we had about the same number of cars on the track, so this is just I think it's just a bit of a different learning experience on a racetrack that this is not an easy racetrack, folks. And if you think that you get in these Indy cars, you fire them up, and you put in a setup, and you just turn left at each one of these corners, it's not the same. It's not that each corner is not the same here. 3 and 4 are profiled differently than 1 and 2. 1 and 2 handled differently than 3 and 4. You can't just have your tools set for 1 and 2 and not have them set for 3 and 4. You're not going to handle very well down in 3 and 4. And you can't just have your tools set for 3 and 4 all the time, because you're definitely not going to handle the same in turns 1 and 2. So this is a very difficult track, although you look at it from above and it's like, it's Texas. What's so hard about the place? If we had something like Legacy Texas, I think we'd be talking a slightly different type of outcome right here. But I think with the new Texas with the different profiled ends, throws a wrench into a lot of the learning experiences for a lot of these drivers. Now, you would think after having 39 cars in a pretty successful race at Kentucky, which is designed very similar to this place, that a lot of learning experiences would be done there, but not the case, really, as I think a lot of people are still learning lap by lap.
So in chat, Stephen Lee said 3 of my 4 was net code. So only 1 was an incident, and that was when he got the disqualifying. So even that, very hard on that.
Santos Bringing us up to speed. Green flag, lap 77. Santos, your career wins. Oh, Rajesh in the wall.
Oh no.
Santos, the career wins leader here in the Votive Indy Oval Series. Murph has navigated his way back up to the front.
So we have only 11 cars without use the fast repair. So the only 11 is on track. They already use the fast repair.
A lot of those cars on their last chance, so they can't afford any more contact. Watching a battle between Richards and Rajesh. Richards moves up to third, and pretty soon he's going to join that battle with Murph and Santos.
So Nick Wheeler said, oh no, nothing. I don't want to say nothing.
Week 13 servers. Lindy with pace underneath Pahutsky. That is not for position. Pahutsky in 9th. Mason Mitchum has worked his way up to 10th.
So the problem of all this yellow flag is getting cold. In my side, I getting cold. I going too focused to going to this race and do this practice for 1 hour, or maybe do practice on the week. And then it's coming yellow. You're getting cold, and sometimes like your motivation in myself, when it happened to me, my motivation is getting low. And it's like okay, so what is the point? It's a strategy. Okay, we don't have a strategy because yeah, but it's really hard. And,
Murph was pinching Rajesh. I thought he was kind of playing with fire there a little bit. But Rajesh gets the position.
Look at the front.
And here comes Cat. Here comes Hunter. They're getting into the battle. The top 6 going to throw a blanket over him, over all of them here in a battle lap. Richards underneath Murphy. Oh, he almost slid up and did the Brazilian clear on him, but he's got the position now. Murph's going to ride it out. No reason to panic yet. Still a long ways to go. Lap 85 of 134.
Brian Gridland asking me when I gonna come back to the car. So I gonna come back to the Dark Horse. So DW12, that's my main soon in May.
In May, yep, he'll be getting back in the car for the Dark Horse Series.
Yes, sir. The 14. Without Lionheart. So, yep.
Did Hunter hit the wall off of 4 there?
Let's see.
He had a moment and he caught it.
Wow.
No? Well, yes,
No.
there it is. Yeah, there it is.
Yes?
Yeah, he got loose off the corner and cut the dog leg a little bit, but caught it. But it's cost him some momentum. Yeah, it looked a little odd, that corner entry.
Oh,
Tanner goes underneath Rajesh. I don't think Rajesh was expecting it.
Yeah, I am like I said to Brian, really, I am like a James Hinchcliffe. I don't have more talent, so this is my new talent.
Me too. Me too.
Yeah, we like a Paul Di Resta or what else? Yeah, James Hinchcliffe. Scott Goodyear when you have nothing more to do. Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, Scott Goodyear. We got what, Eddie Cheever, and who else was in the booth? In the early days of the Indy Racing League, a lot of it was Danny Sullivan, who he just turned 75 years old. I can't believe it. It's the 40th anniversary of the spin and win this year. I can't believe that. Car on the wall coming off the corner, and that is Rajesh.
I see two cars and they hit the wall. I think this is Richard. No, Richard goes loose and he saved it.
So let's focus on Richards and then get a little bit different. He goes way high. He doesn't have any dirty air in front of him. He's just trying to get that car to rotate and get the momentum. And woo-hoo-hoo! And almost synchronized on cue is Rajesh. Now with Rajesh, I can get back to his car here. Here it is. He might have, when he's turning the corner, saw that happen and lifted just a little bit. And you know, when you lift in the middle of the corner or the car's the lightest for these things, that unloads the back end, and that's possible what happened there for him.
Yeah, maybe that's happened to him. You have a good race for him. The thing is, he can come in, make repairs, put the fuel and everything, and he can go to the end, basically. Because he did 42 laps. Everyone is coming now, actually.
Now, Ty Quilla might actually pick up some positions here. He's going to be a shorter fill. He comes out 7th. Robinson stays out. He's going to pick up the lead. Robinson 17 laps into his stint. He might think that it's going to be, I'm going to stay out, get the track position, and maybe we're going to get more caution. So we'll see. Maybe he comes to pit road next time by. In front of him, it's Baldwin, Cannizzaro, and Clindy. They're staying out. They're hoping for the wave around. Cannizzaro, Clindy is at 27 laps on the stint. Cannizzaro 18, Baldwin 18. So they can still race a little bit more out there if they need to and hope for another caution. But that will bring Clindy 5 laps closer to the lead, Baldwin 3 laps closer to the lead, and Cannizzaro 7 laps closer to the lead. And here comes Robinson. So he's going to give up the lead to come to pit road, turn the lead over to Edson Santos. So those 3 cars in front of Edson will get the wave around this time by, as you see them moving away in front of him. So that should be final stops for everybody that just hit pit road.
It is.
So this is not going to turn into a fuel mileage race that we know of. This will be a sprint. Yeah, this is going to be a sprint to the end, or maybe a marathon to the end. We don't know yet.
It's going to be a survivor to race.
Yes, I think the drive to survive is the game of the day here.
It is.
Let's go through the field before we go green. It is Edson Santos, your leader. Tanner Richards in 2nd. Mark Murphy in 3rd. Durazo in 4th. Hunter Smith in 5th. Ty Quilla back in 6th. Coker in 7th. Rusty Plant in 8th. Averett in 9th, and Kirkenbauer in 10th. Each one of these drivers has had a slightly different path to the front in the top 10 tonight, as it's been a wild race. Coming to green for lap 95. And the question in chat, are there unlimited tires for this league? No, 5 sets of tires, 1 on the car for the start and 4 in the pits. So just because everyone's coming to pit road doesn't mean they are getting new tires. They could very well be topping off the tank. Santos on the low side. Richards up high, ripping the top. He's going to get a big run down the backstretch in the draft of Santos. Santos will go to the bottom through 3 and 4. He will bring Richards right with him. Richards will be at his attenuator about the entry of turn 1. Now they're going to pick different lines through turn 1. Richards has been going high. Edson's been staying low. And that allows Murphy to kind of pick and choose where he wants to go. He's going to be part of this battle. Now we're going to go side by side into 3 and 4. And once again, if you're just joining us, you're watching P1's coverage of round 5 of 9 of the Votive Indy Oval Series, coming to you from Texas Motor Speedway, where currently Edson Santos is your leader. Make sure to smash that like button, subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on the next race, which is next week when we go to Pocono for 250 miles. And again, we're just kind of watching as things unfold here. The top 6 have pulled away from the main group. Your top 6 is Santos, Murph, Richards, Durazo, Smith, Quilla. The next group is led by Rusty Plant, Coker around Kirkenbauer for 8th. Kirkenbauer 9th. Averett in 10th. P1 Broadcasting is excited to announce a brand new crown jewel level event for the iRacing INDYCAR community. A 600-kilometer, 186-lap battle at Michigan International Speedway on June 7th, 2025. An all-star invite-only roster of the INDYCAR iRacing community. Many of the drivers you see in this lineup here tonight will be getting invites to qualify to get on the grid for this 600-kilometer event. Over $200 in prizes. Stay tuned for more details and entry applications. But mark your calendars, June 7th at Michigan. It's going to be a race to remember. Santos, Murphy, Richards, your top 3. Smith, Durazo, Quilla, rounding out the remainder of this 6-car battle in the front of the pack. As we now have we're getting into about 30 laps to go. We've eclipsed the 100 mark finally.
The people are getting a little bit more nervous on the front row with Durazo, Smith, Richard, and Murphy, and there in second place, and Edson Santos tried to defend the first position, do it very well, do the IRL line without leaving that line. So it's pretty good for now so far.
Yeah, each one of these drivers up here, very accomplished. Edson Santos, of course, leads the Votive IndyCar Series career-wise with wins He is a champion in the VOR Iconic Series. Many IndyCar wins. Mark Murphy, former Indy Fixed, former Indy Oval Series champion. Many wins himself. Tanner Richards wins at the Lionheart level and is a regular top split participant, as well as Murphy in the Tuesday night top split broadcast that we have on P1. Hunter Smith, one of the lead drivers of Little Eagle Racing and the Elite Racing League's Warriors for Peace IndyCar Series. He had a podium here a couple of races ago in Votive. Durazo, mini starts. He also has a podium not too long ago, I think, in the ISRA. Ty Quilla, he's a regular participant in the top split broadcast. We know he has a strong I rating. Each one of these guys accomplished right here in this top 6. Each one very deserving of a win and surviving this race here at Texas. 27 to go. Of course, Hunter Smith carrying that Hoosier 500 sponsorship. And in December, P1 will be part of the Hoosier 500. They become the primetime home for happy hour at the Brickyard. It will be your nightly destination for all the action leading up to the prestigious PRI Hoosier 500. The last kiss of the bricks for 2025 will start here. The countdown is on. Mark your calendars and follow along as we bring you the road to Sunday, December 14th, 2025, when the best in sim racing take on the legendary Indianapolis Motor Speedway for 500 miles. So pucker up. Don't miss a second of the action. Like, share, and subscribe to stay locked in, and we'll see you at the PRI Hoosier 500 in December. So far, everyone behaving pretty well. At the front here, tire situation, all 18-lap-old tires. Everybody on the same strategy, should have the same amount of fuel in the tank. And is Murph trying to set up Edson for a pass on the outside? Let's see if he can do it.
Getting kind of hard. Especially now with Hunter Smith going get the position on Tanner Richard over there. He's getting back and back. Durazo. Daniel is going now from front row to 6.
Yeah, Quilla's got around him, so Quilla's now up to 5th. As Cat might have wore out the good of his tires.
But they have a good exit over there, Quilla.
Will is about the only driver I know who can handle the green car myth. Edson keeping that car glued to the bottom side in turns 1 and 2.
We are so far 21 laps on the stint. We are 19 to go. Oh, sorry, 20 to go.
So what is Murphy doing? How's Murphy going to set this up? Both these drivers very cerebral. How are they going to put together this final stanza here? Santos, can he hold off Murph? And he set up Santos for just edging him at the line. Texas Motor Speedway, home to many close Indy Racing League finishes. Many first-time winners happened here. Many only-time winners happened here. Billy Boat, Jeff Ward, two of those drivers that got their first win here. Mark Dismore, he got his first win here. John Paul Jr. got his second career win here, but it might as well have been his first win considering how long it was between his first and his second win. John Paul won the 82, I believe. No, the 83 Michigan 500. And then won his second only IndyCar race here at Texas back in the Indy Racing League. Let's go to the Robbie Gordon cam. Just off the left wheel of Mark Murphy, 16 to go. And the battle squarely up at the front here between these two. And they're starting to pull away from that group. There's that group behind him. Murph ripping the high side, trying to get a run. That didn't pay off.
I think so. Santos is holding the line very well. Try to hold in, up, down. And Murphy doing the good line. Try to go in for the draft, but Edson Santos is make the protect the first line. So it's very tough for him. It's gonna be hard. He need to wait for the mistake for Santos.
Santos 3 career wins. Oh my goodness, what happened there? So close. You got to see how close it was from that camera angle. That was razor thin. Santos 3 career wins here in the Votive Indy Oval Series. 10 starts, 4 top 5s, 8 top 10s. Murph, he's right there. Murph can't get any closer than that. He's going to take a run and a stab onto the outside. Murphy in his third start, fourth start today. He has 1 win, 2 top 5s, and 2 top 10s. Normally he's at the front of these races when they end.
The only way to Murphy win the race is, again, squeeze Santos to the first line and try to don't leave it to him to make the good line like a high to down. That's what Santos do it. Look at that. He's going up to the maybe third line and then going down to the first line and make the line. So make the turn. So
yeah, I think that's what Nick Sadiq's saying in chat. You gotta pinch low. So I think you guys are in agreement of how to combat Edson, but Edson's holding them off right now.
But the problem is, could be have a disaster for Murphy and have a contact photo then and have a yellow with 8 or 9 to go.
10 to go, coming to 9 to go. Murph backs off a little bit. I think he's going to try a run here. Cool those tires down as well. Here he is getting a run through the draft on the high side. Going to take a peek here into 1 and 2. And that just doesn't materialize the way he wants it. Gets back in line and tries to work on it here for another lap. As the group behind him now is starting to reel him in again.
Yeah, it's going a little bit. Hunter Smith is going for that, but it's gonna take it a little bit while for come back to the battle.
Hunter Smith looking for another podium finish.
Hit the wall. Oof. Hit the wall. Nothing happened. All good for Richard.
That might remove him from the battle. Just a kiss. Lindy, that is a battle for track position, not for anything on the scoring tower. Lindy currently is down in 20th spot, 8 laps down. Back up front, it is Santos. They do have lap traffic in front of them by about 3 seconds. Turner Johnson and Greg Robinson. They are just ahead of these two.
It's going to be maybe... they're going to come in maybe 1 lap maybe before the checker flag. Or maybe now in 2, 1. Oh no, he's hit the wall. It should be coming now.
That's Turner Johnson in the 91, trying to stay high, out of the leader's way. They clear him. Oh, he hits the wall, and I think that caused Murph just to flinch a little bit. We'll see if that plays a role in this. Here we go through 1 and 2 one more time. As I try to catch my breath.
That was close. My God.
You can see a number of cars have cut the corner.
We're going to have a yellow flag on the back. Daniel Richard.
Oh.
Daniel Richard. And I think...
That's it.
Oh, no.
That's it. That's it. This race is done. I don't think we're going to come back to green.
My God.
Let's see what happened to Tanner. He's by himself. Did he get damage? In that, no. He ran up on Turner. Oh, no. And then Lovern missed. Oh, Turner, he got DQ'd. He reached the limit, and poor Tanner just rolled up on him at the wrong time. And I think that's going to be the race. I don't think we're going to go, I don't think we're going to get a green-white. And there are no green-white checkers in IndyCar racing, folks. Sorry. But if it's a natural green-white checker, I'll take it. And I do not agree with what the Speedway does with the red flags. If a race is 500 miles, it should continue racing at 500 miles. So I think that's it. I think that's it.
Tanner Johnson said, I call it for, I gone for the pit, sorry. But he didn't call it. So race controller said, no, you didn't call it. So it wasn't, that's the point. So Tanner Richard just without knows he just collected for him.
And he's going to try to wheel that car home knowing that the meatball says you have to answer in 5 laps, but if you don't answer and it's inside of 5 laps to go, I think you can still bring the car home. So he's going to stay out. He will keep the meatball. He's currently in 12th. I believe this is it. We are not going to go back to green. I guess it's appropriate. We finish this thing under caution.
Yeah, unfortunately. Yeah, for sure.
And that's going to give the win to Edson Santos. He will get his 4th career win and extend his career victory lead over the remainder of the other drivers that have all participated in the Votive Indy Oval Series. He now gets his 4th win. Murphy will get another podium as he will line up on the high side here. And Hunter Smith, another podium for him.
Pretty good for Hunter Smith without without except Murphy, all of them from Rusty, Daniel, Hunter, and Santos very quiet, just do the race and going to the front and finish in a good position. Durazo with 21 spots today.
So Santos will get the win as soon as he crosses the start-finish line here. Just like 2023 with Grosjean, very similar. Yes, very similar. Mark Murphy 2nd, Hunter Smith 3rd. Durazo comes home 4th. Aquila 5th, good finish for him. He was up in the top 5 all day long. Rusty Plant in 6th. He's up 12 spots. Clay Kirkenbauer, Dad, he did a good job. He started right where he finished right where he started. Started 8th, came home 8th. Rajesh, he also started and finished right in the same spot there. He will come home in 7th. Coker in 9th, up 5 spots, and Mason Mitchum up 13 spots to 10th.
So we finished with 12 cautions today.
And off of corner number 4, sometimes the biggest win is the one you just survive. Edson Santos does that tonight here at Texas. Your winner, Murphy second, Hunter Smith third. Durazo and Quilla round out your top 5.
So in 1 hour and 31 minutes, Edson Santos won the race today.
Edson Santos, your winner. Murphy second. Smith, Durazo, Quilla, your top 5. Rusty Plant brings his home car in 6th. Brings home his car, excuse me, in 6th. Rajesh 7th. Kirkenbauer 8th. Coker 9th. Mitchum in 10th. Averett in 11th. Tanner Richards in 12th. Highsong 13th. Bahutski 14th. Stearns in 15th. Your top 20 is Robinson, Cole, Lovern, Johnson, and Clindy. Top 25, Cannizzaro, Dinsdale, Baldwin, Darby, Ward, and then Stephen Lee, Greenlee, and Peterson rounding out your top 28 for your 28-car field. Bit of a slugfest today.
Yeah, it was hard, actually.
It is a tough race.
It's tough when it's tough when you have too much yellow and you want to kind of play with the strategy. And that's hard, but we did it. We did it. So it's okay.
We did it.
Yeah.
We made it. We survived. We got to the end. And just queuing up some replays here, and we will bring up Hunter Smith momentarily. All right. And let's check out the interview room here and see if we got Hunter Smith, and he is in the waiting room. Mm-hmm. And we will bring him on down. There he is, Hunter Smith, another podium here in the league, but man, rough night for everybody out there. It had to be a little frustrating at times, just trying to build up a bit of a rhythm. Number of yellows kind of was up there. Did that have an impact on your race and strategy or not? Tell us how it went. I would imagine it was a little frustrating at times.
Not really frustrating for me. I got lucky, stayed out of a lot of the nasty stuff, but I don't know, just kept it boring. I ran fuel map 8 probably half that race, to be completely honest. But I went off strategy a little bit, followed Mark and I think Edson as well, which all 3 of us ended up getting the podium. So it worked out for me. I didn't do any of the mental math. I just attached myself to their hip pretty much for that race. But yeah, I definitely walked into a podium. It's glad to be back up here talking to you guys again. That's for sure.
Well, it's not a bad strategy to follow Edson and Murph. I mean, you've raced with them probably a number of times throughout other leagues and official races. So, I mean, you got to know at some point to have a little faith in what they're doing, and following them is not a bad thing. But how was the racing out there, specifically the conditions? Very hot, very slippery. Some people had a hard time grabbing a hold of the tools, and sometimes maybe some people were over there overusing the tools. How'd you feel about the conditions?
It was very, very easy to overuse the tools. Starting out that race, I was going +7 in the corners and throwing in -20 on the exit of 2, and I was like, "Yeah, I'm doing way too much. Let's simplify this down." I started getting my weight jacker down to where I could get out of 2 and just lifting and burn up my right front a little bit, but it wasn't enough to kill it. Obviously, towards the end of that last run, I kind of dropped off. Didn't have enough to give the P1 and 2 a fight, but my car made it home, so I'm pretty happy with that. It was pretty hairy, to say the least.
Well, go ahead, get those shout-outs out there. You definitely earned them. Friends, family, sponsors. We want to hear them. Go right ahead.
I appreciate it. Yeah, Little Wheel Racing, glad we're doing a good job out here. So far, we don't have any wins yet this year for the season, but we've got a couple big Indy 500s coming up we got our eyes on. Of course, the Hoosier 500, glad to be running with those guys in my car. That race coming up this November should be a really good time. And yeah, appreciate you guys, and congrats to Mark and Edson as well for the win. So thank you.
Well, you got it. We will catch you next when we hook back up with the Elite Racing League Warriors for Peace INDYCAR Series at Barber this week. But for everyone else watching here on P1, we will see you when we go to Pocono next Sunday here in the Votive Indy Oval Series.
Sounds good. Cheers.
All right. And let's bring in Mark Murphy here real quick and just check the stat lines there for Hunter. No laps led, but he was up at the front all day today. And let's bring down Murph. Get your stopwatches ready. This might be a long one. We'll see. Here he is. Mark Murphy, second place today. Couldn't quite get around Edson there. They did give you, the rest of the field did give you guys a chance to race for it up front. Was there enough time, and did you have enough anything to get around him, or was it just going to be settled for second because Edson had control of the bottom there through turns 1 and 2?
No, I mean, Gary, I thought you could make one shot around the top. It was going to probably take, it was probably going to take 3 or 4 laps to do it. I got there, I got him pinned down like I wanted to, and then I just kind of misjudged about halfway through that maneuver. I just kind of misjudged my lifting point by 10 feet, and the car pushed off on exit, and Edson got a little bit ahead. And then I was like, all right, well, I can probably cool him off and make one more run at it. And I just got, I don't know who that was on the top, but there was a lapper up there that decided that it was a really good time to ride the fence, and I had to get out of the gas. He about came off the wall and killed me. So yeah, I had to get out of the gas. And we
thought that's what happened. Yeah.
That was about it. But I mean, kudos to Edson, man. I mean, kudos to Edson. I mean, it is possible to just get beat out there, and he beat us. I mean, that's all you can say about it. Good job to him, and I'm glad to see Hunter run third. That's an old friend, and I'm glad to see him doing good and running up front and going fast, and doggone it, just one spot short.
Again, tough conditions out there, and we think a number of the situations that we saw out there had a result of kind of the overuse of the tools. Was it easy to overuse the tools, or did you get it kind of mastered very early on? I mean, I'm looking at the top 3. That's a lot of IndyCar starts here. I'm thinking experience played a big role at getting to the end on this one.
Yeah, don't rely on the tools. Rely on your right foot. That's the key. I mean, it's real easy. It's real easy to say, go down in turn 1 and say, I need all this weight jacker and all this rear bar, and I got to take front bar out of it, and it won't turn. And then you get 5 laps into the run, and your right rear's screaming, your right front's overheated, you've been dragging the ground, so your front wing's all messed up. You cracked the diffuser because you've been dragging the ground on the back. Just lift and use your right foot, and that'll save the tires. And I don't think I ran anything other than 6 on the front bar, 1 on the back, and about 3 or 4 weight jacker the entire race. I mean, it was tough, but these cars aren't glued down here, and that's what I love about it. And you've got to really use your feet, and that's kind of you kind of hit on it. I mean, the guys with the most experience, and the guys that had the most experience, had a lot of experience, and guys with high I ratings came to the top. And that's kind of what a track like Texas or Iowa or New Kentucky or one of those kind of deals where it's not flat out and you got to think about it. That's kind of what those do. So
before we let you go on the shout outs, just if anyone is listing some of these drivers that are still on the kind of the learning curve to get to the same level as a Mark Murphy or a Hunter Smith or an Edson Santos, a bit of a rough day out there for a lot of those drivers. What, other than, lifting, which is a very good piece of advice, what is the other piece of advice that you would give these folks after having a rough day like today, that you can help them possibly the next time we come to Texas? What is the best piece of advice you can give other than lift?
Yeah, I mean, the other one is, turn the sound on the engine down a little bit, turn the sound on the tires up a little bit. If you can hear them, then you're burning them up. The biggest threat here is overheating one of the right corners. So, just trust the natural aero and trust the natural mechanical grip of the car, and don't overdrive it. I mean, you can put the thing on kill and drive like a bat out of all heck for about 5 laps, but then, your stuff's spent and you're backing in the fence. And, it's just, if you go a little easier earlier, it pays dividends later. And, I wasn't around a lot of the stuff that happened, so I don't know, but, there's no need to go so hard on lap 1 or 2 of a run, because that's not what puts you up there. It's how good your car is 20 to 30 laps into a run when everybody else is falling off and you just drive right by them. I mean, I think we've seen Jesper Orman do that here how many times. So
Right.
I had a pretty good teacher with that. But that's my advice. Just turn the motor down, turn the tires up a little bit, listen, and let the car do the work.
Shout outs, friends, family, sponsors. Anyone to say hi to for the P2 today?
Yeah, man. I mean, first of all, I mean, gotta give a shout out to everybody in the Alliance. So much fun racing with them guys. Rashad had a pretty good day over in the Indy Elite deal. I understand they had a barn burner, and so good. Kudos to him. Like to thank everybody at P1 Broadcasting and the job you do, Gary, and bring us these races. If you're out there and you haven't hit the like button on the video or rung the bell, please do it. There's nothing. I know about half the people that watch these don't subscribe to the channel, and if the other half of the people that watch subscribe, man, we'd be in. It's higher up the algorithm and it's more exposure, and these guys all deserve it. I got to thank Admin Box, Fish, and his crew. They're awesome. If you're a race controller, get a hold of them. Discord, Facebook, Twitter, whatever. Give a shout out to George Anzaldo, the organizer of the Lionheart League. They've taken off for that, and he's having a Sim Gaming Expo in Chicago on the first weekend of September, and I know a lot of us are looking forward to that. So, if you've got something that you'd like to promote as far as sim gear goes, get a hold of George, man. He's a good dude, and I'll be up there, and I know you're going to be up there, Gary, and I think a bunch of us are going. So it'll be a good time. Black Magic Studios, get you a paint that's worth 2/10. I wish I could have used another 2/10. I used a 2/10 up today, but could have used them up. Thanks, shout out to my dad for watching. Thanks to the wonderful Miss Natalie for letting me be obsessed with this. And man, Gary, just keep going fast and having fun, brother.
All right, well, we'll see you Monday night for that Indy Open Series broadcast, kicking off their next season, you and Clindy. But a big P2 for you here tonight to end the weekend on. Congrats. We'll check you at the next one.
Yes, sir, G. Go talk to Edson, man. That dude's good.
We are on our way to do that. Take care, Mark.
Yes, sir.
And let's bring down Edson Santos. And a real drive to survive, and your master survivor today was Edson Santos with the win, his 4th win here in the series, the career wins leader here in the Votive Indy Oval Series. A bit of a rough day out there, a lot of stopping and going out there, and couldn't quite build up a good run until the late run there to coming up to the checkered flag. But you managed to, with a little bit of strategy, work your way up to the front. And once you got up there, you controlled that lead and didn't allow anyone to get by you on the high side and secured the win. Talk about your race. But first of all, the main question is how frustrating was it just not really getting going into a good rhythm with all those cautions?
Hello, Gary. Hello, everyone. Good evening. And good to be here again, podium. Yeah, it's interesting. I really like this track, but I never could manage to win in leagues. And of course, my first picture always with some bad luck. Yeah, you're right. Today the race was a little bit boring, I can say, because a lot of yellows. Yeah, it's so interesting when you have different strategies, long stints, pit stops under green flags. But today I think I got lucky choosing the right moment, the right yellow flag to go to the pit. And when I was about 5 or 6 liters, 2 gallons maximum, left in the tank with 44 laps to go, came another yellow. And I knew that if I could make good pit stops during this yellow and return the track in first, I would have fuel until the end, and it would be it could be very different for anyone to take P1 because I was simply reach the inside line. And so it was like that, sticking with the inside, being very careful with the net code, taking the turn one precisely, exactly the correct way. Well, it's my fourth victory, as you said, here in the league, and all of them under yellow flag.
Wow. Well, hey, Dario Franchitti won every single one of his Indy 500s under a caution flag, so there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, I would have liked to be under green at the end, but anyway, it doesn't matter.
Any shout outs? Any shout outs or anything you got for the win? I know you got some friends, families, teammates out there that are watching. Go ahead and shout them out. I know you always bring a lot of viewers to the program. We appreciate that.
Yeah, thank you very much. I'd like to thank the Votive League. Very well organized, with good intentions to improve. That's great. Thank you for the work of P1 Broadcasting. I always impressed with the excellent coverage of the races and different leagues. 4 races to watch. Congratulations for you too. And a hug for all my teammates here in Brazil, Linear Energy, and a friend that was watching, Leo Salvador. It's a good friend and iRacing driver. I guess he wrote something in the chat, so warm hug for her, for him as well. And that's it. I hope to be here the next week.
Well, next week we go to Pocono, a track that I know you do very well at. But in the meantime, what a great way to finish off the weekend with a win before going to bed and waking up for the work week on Monday. So congrats, and we'll catch you in a week when we go to Pocono.
Thank you very much. We'll be there.
And that is Edson Santos.
Up.
Points are up? Okay, we'll look at those here in just a second. I do want to thank all those in Brazil that decided to watch on behalf of Edson here. Thanks a lot. Make sure to subscribe. We have a lot of other Brazilian drivers here. We love our Brazilian drivers. We do. We
like the good Brazilians.
We like the good ones.
Let me tell you, that's the true thing. We like the Pinheiro, Santos, couple others.
Yeah,
it's a couple.
But check, definitely subscribe to the channel. Okay, points situation, and I will refresh my screen, and we have no way of really showing you points in the graphics. So what we'll do is we'll just read them off. First of all, 5 races this year, 5 races this season, 5 different winners. We are expecting a repeat winner today, and we did not get that. So Tristan Fortson won the first race at Michigan. Almost won by Edson here. Rusty Plant won at Phoenix. Tanner Richards won at Kentucky. Clindy won at Iowa. And then, of course, Edson won this week here at Texas, going to Pocono next. So here is the points situation, as they say. The standings are Edson Santos is now our points leader by 12 over Tanner Richards. Connor Baldwin is down to 3rd. He lost a couple of spots. with his early DNF, but he's 3 points behind second. Durazo in fourth, and that kind of tracks with how he did today. And Clindy lost 3 spots, but still in the top 5, tied with Rusty Plant. And I believe Clindy just edges out Plant for the tiebreaker. I'm not quite sure how and why. They both have 1 win. It must then come down to either poles or podiums. I'm not sure. But Clindy is tied with Rusty Plant. Alexander Miller is behind that duo, then Lovern, Coker, Peterson, and Cannizzaro. That's basically your top 10. But Edson Santos leads after this round with 137 points. Tanner Richards in second with 125. Connor Baldwin with 122. Here is the schedule for everybody one more time. There it is. Pocono, New Hampshire, Charlotte, Indianapolis. All these races are back-to-back-to-back, so we're going to wrap up this season really quick here soon. So don't miss a thing. I think it's going to be pretty exciting, the finish here. Lewis, final thoughts for you here today. Bit of a rough race. I hope everyone uses this as a learning experience.
Oh, yeah, I think so. I don't have nothing talking about the race. The race was... We see in the standings said we did 134 laps, 7 liter change, 7 liters, 8 liter change, 13 cautions, 33 laps in cautions. So it's really, really different. We saw last week when we talked about like oh that's fast race. We came from the ISRA with fast race, and it was like oh, this is fast. But today was really tough. I to be honest, like as Santos said, Hunter Smith, like I said too, is basically the resume all of this race. Really, really tough, and nothing much to say. So next week is you said next week
Pocono.
is
Pocono. Yes.
To be honest, it's kind of much better to have it, so to see, to watch, and for all spectators who are gonna watch that race today, we have a good viewers, and it's I hope don't get in this. We have a good races. Phoenix was a good. Kentucky was a really success. Was the main one. I thought it was gonna be a disaster like a we see today, but it was a pretty good race with 40 cars in, almost 40 cars inside a 1.5 miles track. So like I said, next week's Pocono, so we are from next week 4 to go, and Santos is going to the front with very tough started. So he started batting he finished second on Michigan.
Yep.
Michigan was tough also too. He finished here in top 10 on Phoenix. So it was it's going there. So let's see what happened in Pocono. I hope it's gonna be a better race, and just learn for everyone, especially for drivers and also for administration to think about it. Hey, I think so. A hot race could be tough. Let's maybe change this for maybe afternoon late. I prefer really back race than this kind of difficult, because this difficult condition is for expertise guys like Santos, Murphy, Clendy with that, how the incident, it was everybody kind of have this incident, so or problems in the car. So nothing more to say. See you in Pocono in 1 week.
And to answer the question in chat from Giant Motor Network, is it easy to join? The best thing to do is in the description, underneath the schedule, in the middle of the description, to join the Votive Racing League. To find out more info or to sign up, that is their link to their Discord. That has an invite. Link to, go ahead, click on that. Join their Discord server, and you can learn more from one of the admins or mods. And they'll be happy to answer your questions and get you into the lineup for next week if you so feel inclined when we go to Pocono here in a week. I think that's going to do it for tonight. I don't have anything else on the agenda anything that needed to mention, so we'll just get on out of here. Give everyone back their Sunday nights. Wrap up the weekend. So that's it for tonight. Once again, your podium from Texas Motor Speedway is Edson Santos with a great win here. Drive to survive. Same thing with Murph and Hunter Smith, second and third. Guys have a lot to be proud of considering the conditions. And I think with the conditions, maybe I don't mind a race that's 120 degrees, but maybe in a league that is kind of catering to the first-time user of this car, maybe later in the season would have been a better time to give everyone a little bit more track time to go for a hot race. But definitely throwing people out of the frying pan into the fire just to see how they do. And so a lot of people, again, use it as a learning experience. Don't take it the wrong way. Use it as a learning experience. Join LGN and myself again next week for round 6 of season 2 of the Votive Indy Oval Series as the teams and drivers head to Pocono for our first of 2 250-mile races this season. Coverage, as always, will start approximately at 7:50 p.m. Eastern Time. Again, that's 7:50 p.m. Eastern Time. Remember, all new season, all new time. So the correct broadcast time in your area, you can find everything right here at YouTube at youtube.com/@P1 Broadcasting. Now, as you know, the YouTube algorithm game is not easy, so please help support P1 with the weekly grind. Leave a comment below. Let us know what you thought of tonight's race, and if you enjoyed tonight's coverage, support us by smashing like in the video. If you're new, click subscribe, because we know a lot of you out there, 4 out of every 10 of you, have not subscribing. You got to subscribe, and while you're at it, hit the bell for weekly reminders so don't miss out more of P1's other iRacing programming, including tomorrow night. It's Championship Monday in the Sim Motion ISRA Open Wheel Series. Who will win the battle at Indianapolis to become the inaugural champion? You got to tune in to find out. Coverage begins at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Time. You won't want to miss it. Track cams for this race are provided by Whiplash Sim Cams. Get the most out of your iRacing experience with Whiplash Sim Cams. To learn more about Whiplash, like them on Facebook or follow on X and Instagram. All the links you need are in the description. For business inquiries, learn more about P1 and what we do. Like us on Facebook, follow us on X and Instagram, and you can also follow all of our links on Linktree. All the links you need, again, are in the description. So, for LGN, Luis Gonzalez Nunez, everyone here at Votive and P1, I'm Gary Gatto saying all happy Sunday, and thanks for watching. And to all of our men and women serving in the military and as first responders, Godspeed, God bless, and come home safe. Catch us again right here next week in Pocono for the next race up, the Votive Indy Oval Series. We'll see ya.